Having been involved with the town for as long as I have been and seen as many budget cycles as I've seen, I think I can speak authoritatively that we do a really good job of budgeting within our town. Let me describe the process for you. It begins with department heads submitting ideas, submitting their budgets to the town administrator. Those budgets, of course, contain the normal headcount and operational costs that we would expect year over year in any budget, but they also include new initiatives. Those new initiatives might mean expanding a service because the town has grown. Maybe we need more firefighters to support the fact that the town has grown by 3,000 to 5,000 people, and we've added a whole bunch of buildings that are now 4, 5, 6 stories tall that require different skills, different manning, different resourcing. Or maybe it's an opportunity to become more efficient, so consolidating departments one into another. We saw several of examples of that this time around. So that's the department head aspect. Bring forth a budget, bring forth new ideas, bring forth new initiatives. All of this gets fed into the town administrator, who then looks at the budgets with a critical eye, asking probing questions about this cost going up, this expense going up, what it means to be adding services or consolidating services, and really pressing the point with the individual department heads. Between the department heads and the town administrator, we end up with a recommendation from the town administrator, which then comes forward to the finance committee. Finance committee likewise spends months going through the budgets, pouring through all of the details, line by line, budget by budget, and asking a lot of questions about each line item and why things are going up or why things are going down. This extends into items such as OPEB, which is our other post-employment benefits line item, which is the long-term pension liability that we have. It extends into things like stabilization, our rainy day fund. It extends into things like our reserves of other kinds, like the reserve fund itself that the FinCom controls. All of these things get looked at, and tremendous discipline is brought to the process through that. Transparency, probing, and requiring that the department heads and the town administrator answer those questions before the FinCom ultimately votes on the budget. Of course, there are other towns and committees involved as well. The Select Board plays an important role in this. First of all, we might be sponsoring our own aspects of the budget. Maybe we're the ones driving the need for additional firefighters, along, of course, with the chief. But the Select Board debates, analyzes, and ultimately votes along with the FinCom, and frequently in support of the FinCom main motion. Other boards are involved as well, particularly when there are capital items involved, the school committee, and others. Ultimately, the budget is brought forth to town meeting, where the appropriation activity occurs. I think it's important to note that town meeting is the only place where money can be appropriated in our town. This is the legislative body of Walpole, and it is the spending authority. We cannot spend $1 in Walpole without town meeting voting to appropriate the funds. That's why the town meeting is such an important function of our local government. So department heads to the town administrator to the FinCom through various boards and committees, we land at the town meeting. Town meeting then debates openly and aggressively all of the aspects of the budgets, and ultimately town meeting takes a vote as to whether to support the budget or not. It's through this process that we bring the discipline and the transparency that I like to keep talking about, and why I believe that we actually do run a very tight and good and transparent budget process. I think that Walpole is exactly where it should be with respect to how it runs its budgets, and I applaud the work of all those that are involved along the way.